All right, we have what coming out here? The sleeper, cause and effect clarity. Let's read about this card. I don't know much about this card. Obviously, there's a situation. Let's find out what the situation is before I read. Could be money, could be love. That's what we're going to find out right now. That you're going to get clarity. Maybe somebody you're dealing with is going to get clarity with the sleeper. Obviously, somebody was asleep, but somebody's going to be waking up. This has to do with your romantic love life. They also want me to take a card from this deck, my other deck, which is just random topics. Okay, interesting. Look at this, what came out. We have 2 cards saying deceit. Watch out, somebody being deceitful. Wow, weird. Okay, and then we have you aren't getting it, pay attention. Whoa, they're getting a little tough love with you. Okay, we have watch out, deceit. Somebody who has very intentional and bad vibes, and then we have deceit, not intentional, just hiding their feelings, or if they are being deceitful on purpose, not too nasty, maybe just unaware. So maybe you're dealing with a situation where in love, where your person was being deceitful, but you're going to be getting some clarity, or that you need to get some clarity. We have cause and effect. So that's basically like somebody realizing the consequences of the situation. So it could be you realizing that and getting clarity, maybe needing to meditate, or your person's going to be awakening and you're going to get some kind of clarity. But there's something you're not understanding, that you're not getting. So maybe it could be that you are self-sabotaging by being negative, deceitful with yourself, or it could be that you need to pay attention to somebody else. Let me get some more cards on this. That you need to pay attention. To somebody else's deceit. This has to do with, I don't know, marriage. So it could be someone else is married, or maybe you're married to this person. And look out for the red flags. Do not be tempted to lower your standards here. So if someone else is married, don't be the side piece. Maybe you don't know this person is married. We have beware of the pig, beware of greed. Somebody's being greedy, so maybe they're trying to make you their side piece. Geez, spirits. And so you're not seeing this. Affairs with your family tree, affairs with your family. So this might be literally an affair. So either you might have somebody, I hate to say that, having an affair with you, but somebody's being greedy and you're not seeing something. You're not getting it, so they want you to wake up and pay attention. Has something to do, again, let's read about the sleeper card. We have dog, protection from a friend. So we have dog and pig. Now I could take this card one of 2 ways. Either you're being protected by a dog, a friend, or there's a dog that looks like a pit bull energy who you need protection from. Protection from a powerful friend. You need protection from the dog. So in this case, I'm getting, you might have somebody who's being a dog, a pig, greedy, that you might need protection from, at least emotionally, who either they're having an affair with you, potentially here, or on you. So pay attention to the red flags. Do not lower your standards. I'm almost thinking maybe you're the side piece in this situation. And I don't know if you know this person's married or not, or in a relationship or something like that, but you're not getting something. You're not paying attention to the red flags. You're not paying attention. Yeah, watch out. Somebody's being deceitful. And in some ways, they're intentionally being deceitful. But if there might also be like they are intentionally being deceitful, but there's also something here where they might just be unaware of their cause and effect here, their consequences. They might be asleep. They're not awakened. So this probably is a twin flame situation, right? Because when I think awakening with regarding to a romantic situation, I do think about like a twin flame situation. So what I'm getting is, yeah, you're dealing with the typical, and then as I open the deck, It says the twins. I'm going to read that. A quiet courtyard, the soft murmur of a nearby tea shop, the call of songbirds, and a blazing argument shattering the peace. Okay, so the songbirds, when I think of birds, even though there's not doves on here, I'm thinking doves. Like usually when you get to that state of harmony and union, there will be peace, but right now there's not. The twins were born at the same time, but they couldn't be more different. The first, a dreamer, charming and surrounded by friends. The other, more worldly, but dogged by life's injustices and feelings of inadequacy. Each twin feels the pressure to measure up to their sibling, or in this case, your twin flame. But that pressure is entirely internal. Neither is judging the other, only themselves. So there might be something here about your person just kind of projecting. This card relates to a specific relationship in your life. You and the other person are bound together, but past traumas are blocking your ability to make this a harmonious relationship. But it seems like there might be more too, unless you are married to this person. Be kind and take time to reassess your behavior. Are you really being fair to the other person? So there's something you're not getting. I mean, maybe you're the one that's stepping out here and you're not seeing how deceitful it's being or something. I'm not really sure. Let me know in the comment section how this fits into your situation, or if it does. If it showed up on your feed, I'm assuming it's going to be a sign for you, but it is still a general collective reading. So if you want to know for sure, get a paid personal, you can get it on my website, link in the bio, like I said. Okay, so be kind and take the time to reassess your behavior. So they do want you to look at your own behavior, maybe your own cause and effect. Again, if you're being a dog or a pig, being greedy, having to do with maybe an affair or marriage, something like that. It says don't be tempted to lower your standards. So I'm thinking maybe you're the one that needs to look out for the red flags. But there's also something about your own reassessing your own behavior. This could be kind to yourself and don't put up with bullshit, you know? The sleeper, cause and effect clarity. You need to get clarity. So like you need to wake up here. You need to see something that's kind of right in front of your face, probably. Like your head might be in the clouds with regard to this situation. Yikes. Okay, so maybe meditate, do some soul searching, just kind of pay attention. But again, I don't want to like cause problems if there are none. So if you don't think this is for you, let it go. This is going to be for somebody where you already know, you already have this intuition. This should be just clarification for you to kind of wake up and see something. But like I said, if you need a personal, you can get one on my website. It says, how are you continuing old habits or resentments? There is kindness and acknowledging that we're all human. So I would say in this case, if you're the one that needs to notice the red flags, you needed to be kind with yourself and not beat yourself up about this, but at the same time, know that this is happening. If you're the one that's actually doing, you know, being the dog, being the pig, being greedy, being the red flag, even if you're not trying to do it, even if you're unaware of your actions or the consequences, then you need to sit down and meditate on what are you doing. Okay, and then like I said, we did have the sleeper. I wanted to read about that. When I start these readings, I expect them to be kind of quick, but apparently my readings are never quick. I don't know how to do a quick reading. I try. But that's the good thing is if you do get a paid, my $30 one is like an hour long or more. So I give you a lot of content, a lot of information. Locked away in their tower, the sleeper is fated not to live under the sun, but instead to embrace the shadows and live a life of clairvoyant dreams. While their sibling, the waker, holds the knowledge of the daytime world. The sleeper lives in a world of visions, untangling omens, yet blind to the truth of the true world. Interesting. So, like I said, when I opened up to the twins, it was talking about like twin siblings or whatever. Obviously, it's more metaphorical with twin flames. And this is talking about one being the sun and the other being basically the moon, right? So twin flames, sun and moon, day and night, yin and yang. But the person that's the intuitive, the sleeper, lives in a world of visions, untangling omens, yet blind to the truth of the true world. So, I mean, the masculine is usually the one that's kind of asleep still, yet the feminine is the one who is more intuitive. So it's a little backwards, but it says they speak only prophecies based on what they see in their dreams without ever having to face the repercussions. I just feel like this is saying that if you're the feminine and you're the one who intuitively knows that you're meant to be with this twin flame, you're not seeing what happens in the daytime. Like maybe it's in front of your face and you're not seeing something, some kind of deceit. You're very intuitive, but yet you're not seeing what's in the 3D, what's in front of your face, is what I feel like that was saying. Past decisions that you have made are starting to have an effect, and whether they were made for the right or wrong reasons, it's too late to change them now. This might also be saying that your masculine was the sleeper, and maybe in the past they did this deceit. Maybe in the past they had an affair and it's not current, but they're still lying about it. And so they made these past decisions. But if you're starting to get intuitive and you're starting to kind of wake up, you're going to be able to see something for what it is. And so they're going to have to pay the price. Could be that this is you. So take it how it resonates with this situation. I mean, I'm sure that the way this is written, they might have meant something different. I'm just trying to place it with this reading and how I feel it's supposed to resonate or what it's supposed to bring to my mind. It says it's too late to change them now. It's hard to admit when you are at fault. I just heard a beep on my computer. So that's confirmation that I think I'm kind of getting it here. It says it's hard to admit when you are at fault. So learn what you can from this situation. Next time you can make a better choice rather than repeating the same errors. I feel like they're saying if you're the feminine, you might be very, very intuitive, but you're not seeing some red flags. Okay, or if you do see them, don't lower your standards and accept them. I feel like somebody here was a dog, a pig, greedy, right? In a marriage. So with affairs with your family, I feel like this, and with deceit, I feel like this could be an affair. With, again, either you're a side piece and somebody you're with is married, maybe you know, maybe you don't know. With deceit, maybe you don't know. Or you're married and somebody had an affair, but in the past decisions, either that you've made or your person has made, are starting to have an effect. Whether they were made for the right or wrong reasons, it's too late to change them now. It's hard to admit. So if it's you at fault, it could be hard for you to admit if you're at fault. So learn what you can from this situation so that you can make better choices next time and not repeat the same errors. I don't think obviously you're at fault for making somebody quote unquote cheat on you. Like you can't make somebody cheat on you. That's all on them. That's not what I'm trying to say. However, if what you could be at fault with here, if you're the feminine, is lowering your standards, like seeing this, or maybe wanting to stick your head in the sand and not see it, because something you're not getting something, pay attention, okay? So it could also be with cause and effect. Like if you didn't set boundaries, if you let something fly, this person's just going to do it again and again. There's going to be a repeating pattern. So it could be you learning your own cause and effect as far as, not about cheating, but about recognizing when there's red flags and then just putting an end to it and not putting up with it. I feel like that's what they could be saying. Now, if you are the masculine, maybe you're going to be waking up to how the things you did, if you were the dog, the pig, having an affair while you were married, or maybe you're dealing with a twin flame and that's somebody who's a side piece, whatever the case. If you were being deceitful, whether it was intentional or not, I feel like there's two different deceit cards. So I think in one case you've got somebody who's being intentionally deceitful, so probably the one cheating, and then there's also deceit here where it's unintentional. Somebody just hiding their feelings or not, just unaware. So I feel like this is more like if you're somebody who is being, cheated on, or, the other person was being deceitful, you were not noticing the red flags. That's where you are being deceitful with yourself. And so if that is you, this is not blaming you for somebody cheating on you. This isn't blaming the victim. This is saying, though, you need to see how, if you weren't noticing, if you were sticking your head in the sand, if you were not setting boundaries, and this doesn't have to be a marriage, it could be a relationship as well, just some kind of a union, could be metaphorically marriage, but I'm definitely getting somebody cheating here. So if you were being deceitful to yourself by not noticing, or maybe having an intuition, but not wanting to see it in front of your face, not wanting to open your eyes, keeping your head in the clouds, this is about you needing to get this clarity, wake up and see something that you're not seeing, and don't lower your standards. Stand up for yourself, because there's some kind of toxic pattern that just because you want to act like you don't see it doesn't mean it's not going to have an effect, because again, we had cause and effect having to do with somebody who is asleep. So yes, I understand that this reading could be one way or the other. It could be that you're the person doing the cheating and you need to wake up and see, and maybe it was way in the past, but maybe you're going to be paying for it now. Don't be tempted to lower your standards. I feel like this is more for somebody who was dealing with somebody who was being deceitful, but they were kind of not wanting to see it. So they were deceiving themselves. They were sleeping kind of on purpose. Maybe they had a gut feeling, but they didn't want to know. They didn't want to open their eyes, because if I don't open my eyes, it's not happening. They just wanted to have their head in the clouds here and just stay asleep. But Spirit's saying, no, that is not the way to go. We need to, in order to make things better in some way, shape, or form, wake up, see it, acknowledge it. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. See the red flags and don't lower your standards. Put up boundaries, leave if you have to, because you're being deceitful to yourself. And, maybe for a while you could put your head in the sand, but there's still going to be an effect with cause and effect. Needing to get clarity, needing to wake up, needing to pay attention, watch out. So this is definitely a warning for somebody. So I'd say for the majority of people, this is probably more for somebody who had somebody who was being deceitful intentionally, and you're being deceitful to yourself by not seeing it. Even if you were somebody who is intuitive, like you're not seeing what's there in your 3D, having to do probably with an affair. And this says protection from a powerful friend, and I could take that one of two ways, but in this case I take it you need protection from a powerful person, a powerful dog here, a pig, a greedy pig, who either is married to you and was having an affair that maybe in your intuition you knew, but you don't want to wake up and see it, or you are the affair, you're the side piece, and this person's married and you just don't want to see it. Maybe you have inklings, intuition. So I definitely feel like now that I've kind of given a second to absorb this energy and figure it out, I feel like this last part that I said was definitely more accurate. So I'm sorry, but yes, this is very particular. I don't want to start problems where there aren't any, so please be sure, if this showed up on your page, that this fits. Like if you're in a marriage and everything's great and you don't have any vibes that something's off, I'm not, make sure that this is yours. Get a personal. And if this energy still comes out like this, then, then maybe you need to pay attention. But these general collectives, you've got to use your intuition, especially in something like this, right? Because I don't want to just make somebody worried, because if you worry, you can create self-fulfilling prophecies. Now, with that being said, what I know about the law of attraction, if this is just where the energy is headed, it is a message, but if you don't want this to be the case, you could try to tweak your manifestations to say that this is not happening. See how that works. I don't know. But right now, something's going on where, given the current energy, the current timeline that you're in, that it would be helpful for you to notice a red flags, or especially patterns. Okay, so I hope this helps. But if you need more clarification, like I said, you can get a personal on my website, www.bossswitch1111.com.